So you looked at your syllabus, but how well did you do it? The syllabus is really the key to the universe of this class. I spell out all the requirements, all the details. I spell out the schedule. I give you a nice long list of all the work you've got to do. I put on a lot of extra resources. Most of the time when I get a question, it's probably going to be answered in the syllabus. If not that, the major assignment sheet. So let's see how much attention you paid. Okay, question 1. What is the name of the final essay? This is spelled out where we go over the assignments in the syllabus. Major assignments in this class, you will write a total of 4 major essays. The profile essay, the technology narrative, the ethics essay, and the research paper. So the research paper would be the answer. It is important to note that the major assignments are all spelled out on the major assignment sheet. It has all full details of all of that stuff. So right now you can get a good idea of everything you're going to be asked to do in terms of essays through the rest of the semester. So paying careful attention to the major assignment sheet is just as important as paying careful attention to the syllabus. Question 2. How do you submit your essays? Well, according to the syllabus, essays will be formatted according to MLA guidelines with 12-point Times New Roman, double-spaced, 1-inch margins, full details available in links. All work must be submitted online as an attachment in a Word file format, .dot or docx. I won't accept anything in any other format. This is important because Word documents can be opened up in any word processor, and any word processor can save stuff in Word documents. It's pretty much a universal. Everyone will be able to get your stuff open, and since we'll be doing peer review sessions, that's pretty important. I will not accept any file in any other format. All work needs to be submitted via the appropriate link in Blackboard's assignments and materials by the due date listed in both the course schedule below in the syllabus and in the major assignment sheet. Let's take a look at the Blackboard page for when your profile essay is due. You would go to the profile essay link, and when you click on this, it takes you to this page. You would click on Browse Local Files and select your essay and then say OK. The important thing here is that you have to hit Submit. Just last semester, I had someone who lost points on 4 assignments because they never hit the Submit button on them, and even though I gave this person warnings, they never went back to hit the Submit button. If you do not hit the Submit button, I cannot open your stuff. And if I can't open it, I can't grade it. What size type font must you use on essays? This was answered in the section of the syllabus where we went over work format. 12-point Times New Roman. Now, we got to bring up something here. We asked for 12-point Times New Roman because it's a standard font. International Standardization Organizations classify it as a standard font. Plus, it fills up the page the right way. And why is this important? Well, your first thought must be that teachers must be anal retentive nut bars who just need you to follow every ultimate single point of detail. That's not 100% true. Well, don't get me wrong, I am anal retentive, but page length is largely a marker of the level of depth of thought and depth of knowledge which gets put into something. You attack a 2-page paper a lot differently than you attack a 10-page paper. It changes the way you think about scope. So when we say page length, when we say proper font and all that, it's so we can figure out the page length, and the page length directly relates to the level of focus. It's probably something you'll hear me talk again about. What must you do to be able to revise a graded essay? Well, according to the major assignment sheet, while the major assignments are graded qualitatively, you are allowed to revise your work for grade reconsideration. The revision policy is spelled out in full in the major assignment sheet. There will be no revision conferences in the last week of the semester. And in fact, I can't really take revisions on the research paper because it is due the last time we meet. So, whenever I say it's spelled out in the major assignment sheet, that means you're also responsible for going to the major assignment sheet and seeing the procedure. As I said, I spell it out in detail. You must compose a revision plan, which you will bring to me in during office hours for a revision conference. We're going to be doing all of these virtually via Blackboard Collaborate, so we can talk about stuff. I want you to be able to tell me what you're going to change. And it's almost always going to be something more than just, I want to fix the commas. Well, that's not really going to make a major impact on your grade. Usually your grade is based on larger things. All revisions are resubmitted via the original submission link. You cannot, repeat, not do it through my grades. And all revisions are due by midnight Saturday, 6/19. I gotta put an ending date on it or I'm going to be grading the things through the end of the grading cycle. I can't do that. You may revise as often as you wish as long as the proper procedure is followed. And then again, you can no revisions on the formal report. So if you come in and want to revise something, we talk about it, you turn it in, I grade it, get it back to you, and you're still not happy with the grade, you just have to talk to me again. And I list some things I want in a revision plan. Now, revision is important. I don't normally go into quoting famous writers, but this is one that you should all commit to memory, which should be fairly easy because it's memorable. Ernest Hemingway said, "The first draft of anything is shit." Pardon the offensive language, but it's true. Good writers do not create brilliant initial drafts. That ain't how it goes. Writing is an act of rewriting. It's about the amount of care, attention, and detail you put into fixing things. Plus, fixing something is a lot easier than coming up with something that's perfect the first time around. I think that's a problem a lot of people have when they say they have writer's block, and this goes beyond just scholarly papers to a lot of other things. I probably mentioned that I'm a musician, and if you wait for inspiration to strike for the perfect song, you're not going to write all that many songs. Write some kind of crap, because as another writer, Christina Dodd, said, you can always fix crap. You can't fix a blank page. Revision is built into it. You should be doing multiple stages of the drafting procedure before you turn it in, and you can always fix stuff in here. And we're doing that because I want to encourage you to make sure your stuff is proper and fixed as well as you can make it. Question 5. What sources are specifically forbidden for academic essays? Well, in the policies about research, I spell this out. General level reference works, such as Webster's Dictionary, Wikipedia, or the like, are not allowed. Here's the thing. If you want to do good scholarship, you can't do good scholarship, good research, and only look at Time Magazine, or USA Today, or Salon.com or something. Good research will lead to good writing. You can't do good writing without good research, so you can't go for the big general things because we're not supposed to be writing big general overviews anyway. We want to work on writing focused analyses of things. And in order to do a focused analysis, you have to look at focused research. Now, I know it's summer, and I know that with pandemic and all that, things are a little bit questionable, and you might not want to get up and go to the library. But a Google search alone won't do it. Luckily, the library has a large online presence. They have lots of journals available via the website. There's lots of ebooks available in the university catalog, too. And they have librarians who are able, willing, and happy to assist you. Normally, throughout the course of the semester, they do have chat available. They will definitely have email available, and you can always call them. I'll do my best to put this up somewhere else, but they have a phone number, they have an email for the reference desk, and they have library chat available most of the time when the semester started. You gotta talk to reference librarians. It's their job to help you find good research that works for your purposes and teach you how to use the library. If you went to look for something on the last election and all the sources were from TV news networks, could you trust it? Well, not as much as if you talk to actual political scholars, and the library can help you find those people. Question 6 is, what is the name of the text? And our text is Samuel Cohen, 50 Essays, a Portable Anthology, 6th edition. You do need the 6th edition, I'm afraid, because there are things in the 6th edition which aren't in the 5th edition, as I found out when they switched. You also need a USB flash drive for backing up your stuff. You need to be doing multiple backups of everything. But the textbook, as I mentioned during the intro video, is cheap enough. There's good stuff in it, so you need to make sure you have it. Question 7. To how many student essays must you respond on peer review sessions? We're going to do peer review sessions. Normally, I would do a lot more student interaction than I am because this is a summer and we're going fast and furious and all that. But we will be looking at other students' papers. We'll be doing the sample papers. We'll be doing peer review sessions. And the importance here is not so much that you're going to get great feedback on your own papers. I hope that's the case. But more importantly, looking at a lot of other people's work allows you to develop a critical perspective so you can see what's wrong in your own work a lot easier. Let's face it, when you finish writing something, chances are you're going to feel some level of emotional investment in it. And that level of emotional investment is going to stop you from being able to see things that are wrong with it. If you look at a lot of other people's papers and get used to seeing what's wrong on theirs, it's going to help you find the mistakes on your own papers. So, as per the syllabus, we will share and review drafts with a group of your fellow students via the Blackboard discussion board with an aim towards revision. While these peer review sessions will facilitate your revision feedback, they will also help you develop your own critical perspective. Full details on the peer review process are on the major assignment sheet. And if you go to the major assignment sheet, you get this step-by-step list where it specifically says, claim 2 student papers for you to review. When we get to our first peer review session, I am going to have a video explicitly going over how we're going to do peer reviews. But you've got the written down information. You should look at it so you know what's coming up. Question 8, when is the MLA documentation quiz? We have to cite information. I mentioned earlier we need good research to make good arguments, but we have to be able to prove that that research is, in fact, good. So we're going to go over how to properly cite stuff, how to put together a works cited page, and we're going to do that, well, if you look in the syllabus of the course schedule, during week 5, the Saturday work session, we have an MLA documentation quiz. It's important to know that this course schedule is written out on the syllabus to give you an idea of all the work that's going to be done. People forget that sometimes. You're going to want to keep a copy of the syllabus nearby. And it's as good of a time as any to remind you once again that when you go into Blackboard itself, it is color-coded. If it's a blue link, it's homework. If it's red, it's stuff you have to read or watch. If it's green, it's something that might be helpful to you, and you probably should watch it anyway. How long must reading reactions be? Again, the syllabus spells this out in a bit of detail. We're regularly going to read articles from 50 essays and then react to that article in writing. The reactions need to be at least 200 plus words based on supplied discussion questions. I have 3 discussion questions for each reading. What I want to see you doing is not just reading the stuff, but engaging in it, thinking about how it works. And that's why I have you do reading reactions, to make sure you're reading it and to make sure you're thinking about it. And 200 plus words is less than a page double-spaced, so it's not this grand, massive project. You just have to let me know that you're not only reading the thing, but you're also thinking about it. And once you finish reading the article, I'm betting you can knock out 200 words on it in no time at all. Question 10. How much does your ethics essay count towards your final course grade? Well, this is spelled out where I go full bore into the grades, breaking down how much everything is worth. And the ethics essay itself is worth 150 points. We're based on a 1,000-point scale. This roughly translates into percents times 10. It's important to note for the grading scale that we work on an ABC no credit system in this class, which means you need to get at least a C or above in order to pass this class and be eligible for Comp 2, or professional writing or tech writing, one of which is going to be a requirement for you. If, however, you cannot earn at least a C in this class, you will be given an NC. An NC is a no-credit grade. It simply means that the university is going to make you take Comp 1 again and get an acceptable grade. But when you do, your good Comp 1 grade will be what shows up on your permanent record and in your GPA. This won't count against you if you don't pass this class, other than you'll have to take it again, because we just want to make sure you develop the skills. The syllabus is really the key to Universe, and one of the reasons I wanted you to go through it in some level of depth is so that you'd get the answers already, or at least remember the kind of things I've already answered. Make sure you have a copy nearby, because if you have questions, it's the first thing really you should look at before you bother to contact me. Just that I can help people more efficiently if I can focus my time and attention. Luckily, though, you've also caught me as someone who's permanently lazy, so I'm not going to actually grade your syllabus quizzes, so if you did it, you're going to get the credit. You're welcome. But in thanks for that, please look at the syllabus first. See you next time.